Okay, everybody, it's very, very late / early Friday morning, late Thursday / early Friday morning. I've had a wild ride, wild life, wild times. My life could not be described as wild. I should not say that. But lots been going on here lately, and I am exhausted, like barely able to keep my eyes open. But I was dedicated today to making sure I ended the day talking to you guys, reading you something, checking in with everybody, seeing how you're feeling. A lot of you wrote back to me. I liked a lot of your answers. I'm all of a sudden, people like responding about their energy level. Physical energy level for me right now, 2 out of 10. Not even. 0.7 out of 10. That's how low energy I am. Which sucks. And I've got a busy day tomorrow. And the garage that I park in locked me out, and I have to park all the way down the street. And I don't know how, and I'm going to have to get up and feed the meter and figure something out tomorrow morning when otherwise I would have been able to sleep a little extra. Long story short, I'm just telling you I'm going to get very little sleep tonight. And that's kind of how it's been lately. And as much as I want to go to sleep at the end of the night, you cannot get me to go to bed without me doing at least 3 granny squares a night. Now, do you guys know what granny squares are? I know I mentioned I've been crocheting a bunch, but have I really talked about this at all? So I grew up, my mom made this Afghan. And for those of you that are new to this, Afghans are traditionally crocheted blankets. And not knitted. This is all crocheting, which is the one hook thing. Knitting is 2 needles, I think. I don't know anything about knitting as much as crochet. And I learned to crochet at a young age because my mom made this amazing blanket. And I think she started it when I was conceived. Not conceived. During the time my mom and dad conceived me, my mom was crocheting this blanket. No, but I think she was pregnant with me when she started it and all this. I don't know, whatever. It's an old Afghan, and it's great. And it is like, incorporates every color from the 70s that you can imagine. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just beautiful. And I've always loved this blanket. And recently I thought I lost this blanket because I inherited this blanket when I went off to college, and then I couldn't find this blanket. And I went crazy. Have I ever told you guys that I collect blankets? So blankets are a big, big deal to me. And of all the blankets, other than one blanket, this is the most important blanket to me. So long story short, my mom said, don't worry. I know where it is. I took it back for a while for some reason. So when I saw them recently, my mom had this blanket. She had just washed it in what is our favorite laundry detergent, by the way. Laundry detergent, shout out to Zoom. I don't know if that's how you say it. Z-U-M. I get the frankincense. Wait, what do I get? I think it's frankincense and myrrh. Oh my God. I smell so good all the time. My laundry smells good, and it's it's good. It's good stuff. It's not all chemicals. It's very healthy for your skin and stuff. And anyway, check it out. ZUM. I think they also have a patchouli. I know that's not for everybody. I personally like the smell of patchouli, but this frankincense and myrrh kind is so good. My mom learned about it at her yoga class. But anyway, so during this whole thing of being worried that I lost my mom's Afghan, I started to think, hey, I love crocheting. I want to crochet again. I love yarn. And my other attempts at making an actual Afghan were, they were nice that I tried, but they were shitty Afghans. They were all uneven. I had no idea what I was doing. So this time I watched YouTube tutorials and really learned how to do this, and I gotta say, I'm getting pretty good. I'm learning all sorts of things, and I can actually read a pattern. I can actually understand what it means. And if you look at a crochet pattern, it looks insane when you don't know what they're talking about. And that's what it looked like until about a week ago for me. So I've been crocheting like a mad woman, and I'm loving it. So I'm making myself a blanket. I'll be posting photos of all of this on Instagram and Twitter, and maybe even Facebook. I don't know. I hate Facebook so much. But anyway, if you want to see updated projects, go to ROBYN_ONEIL. I'll do that on Instagram stories for sure for now until it's done. And then when this thing's done, I won't be able to share it enough. I'll be so excited because I love blankets. And making my own custom-made blanket in a 70s type of design is like a dream come true. I'm also going to be making like boots for people. I'm going to be making interesting things. I don't think I'm going to be making scarves. I want to make really crazy ass things. Look up Granny Square duster coat and you'll see the kind of vibe I'm going for. Anyway, speaking of clothing, before I forget, I have the greatest news, and then we're going to read Philip Glass. Well, Philip Glass, no, we're going to read from Einstein on the Beach. Actually, it's the words of Christopher Knowles. But quickly, very, very importantly, me reading stuff, t-shirts and sweatshirts have been launched today, everybody. It is at cottonbureau.com. I am going to put a link in the very top of this podcast description so that you know where to go. But it's basically, if you go to cottonbureau.com and search Robin O'Neill or me reading stuff, you will find the link. If not, I'm going to be linking and talking about it on Instagram and Twitter all over the place. So yeah, it's a big deal because Cotton Bureau only accepts something like, I don't know what it said, 11% of all of their submissions and designs. And so I want to I don't know. I'm just really excited about this because they do all the hard work for me. And the t-shirts are so soft. They're insane. And I picked out some really good colors. You can get kind of a heathered black. They call them tri-blends, but it's heathered. And they are the softest shirts ever. I've got like a heathered white. I have a vintage looking red and a vintage royal blue and a navy blue, heathered navy blue one. And then don't even worry about it because the sweatshirts are even more amazing. The first one that comes up on a default is just the t-shirt, but I am obsessed with this sweatshirt. Of course, if you know my work at all, black sweatshirts are a big deal. So there's a black sweatshirt, and then there's my favorite, again, tri-blend, heather gray. These things are so soft. They're crew neck sweatshirts. And if this goes well, I can add a hoodie, whatever you guys want. But, and I just want to say, so anyway, price-wise, I just want to say the t-shirts, I believe, are $28. The sweatshirts are $43. And over half of the proceeds from the t-shirts and sweatshirts are going to be directly donated to the Trevor Project. And I think I've mentioned previously the Trevor Project, but, the Trevor Project provides crisis and suicide intervention for LGBTQ youth, and that's something I care about deeply. So, and go ahead and look. I'm going to link to the Trevor Project, their website, so you can get involved or understand more where some of this money is going to. But that's been a big deal on this podcast from the beginning in all sorts of various ways, and I don't think I've ever talked about this on here exactly, but for whatever reason, and I don't even exactly know why, because it's not like I come on here and every day say, hey, guess what? If you're queer, if you're questioning, if whatever, feel free to just come out to your parents. But for some reason, I've had two different young people reach out to me since the podcast has started 3 years ago, saying that something about my podcast encouraged them to come out to their family. And I don't know why my podcast does that, but there's a lot of things kind of similar. Those are the most direct, but I don't know. Maybe you guys know more than me, but there's something about my podcast that somehow has made that happen. And I mean, honestly, I never could have imagined, and it means the world to me. And, people's attitudes towards the LGBTQ community mean everything to me. And so, yeah, I'm just happy to have, as I've said many times, I was never interested in making money off of this podcast. This is just a labor of love. And it's not even a labor, it's just love. But I do think this is a nice way. So many people wanted t-shirts, and this is a good way to do that and just put money into something that we all care about here at Me Reading Stuff. I say we, and really it's just me. But, and all my pretend people in this room with me right now, and all of you. So again, the t-shirts are 28, sweatshirts are 43, and I can tell you the quality of these shirts are insane. I've touched a lot of them. My friend Eric has a lot of them. So just a great website and a great company. What else was I going to say? Oh, and if you're going to get the women, there's men and women. The women's shirts are more fitted. And I would say I just want to warn you on the women's, they run very small. Whereas the standard men's shirts run regularly. But I normally wear a small in a shirt. And I ordered a medium in the women's. And I can wear it, but it's like really tight. So as somebody who normally wears like a small, sometimes a medium, I think I probably should have ordered a large. So just be warned about that. Again, I'll put a link in the description. Now we need to read. I'm sorry I've gone on and on, but this is a big deal. This makes me very happy to share this with you guys. So maybe no one's going to want one. I don't know. If not, that's okay too. But I really hope you guys do. So recently I found myself in a room. I'm going to call this a secret library. And in this secret library, I was free to take any books I wanted, as long as I sent some books back to it, which I have plenty of books to give away. So, first book I see says Music by Philip Glass. Now, I knew I liked Philip Glass music. That's all I really knew, and I knew that I should know more about him, and I knew all about Einstein on the Beach. Visually speaking, anyway, Robert Wilson did the stage set, and I just knew that it was very interesting to me, but I didn't know the libretto. I didn't know what this opera really was about, and I still don't. But I opened this page, and I think it's like the second or third page in the script, I guess you call it, the libretto of Einstein on the Beach. By the way, Philip Glass, American composer, still alive. I think he's in his 80s now. And Robert Wilson, I don't know what you would call Robert. I call him an artist. But anyway, go ahead and look it up. I'm not qualified to talk about Einstein on the Beach, to be honest with you. I wish I were. I would like to be. And I know there's a Philip Glass opera of some sort here in LA right now, which I'm dying to go to. So anyway, but I opened up to this page, and I just got so kind of blown away. So anyway, I took this book home from the secret library. And this is Act 1, Scene 1, Train 1, Man Calculating, and in parentheses it says Crazy Eddie. And this text is written by Christopher Knowles. I'll also put a link for you to understand Christopher Knowles more. He's an artist and a poet. And that's all I'm going to say about him right now. But here it is. By the way, this is going to be odd. This isn't typical of what I read. And so I may butcher it. And if I do, I'm sorry. But in my brain, when I read it quietly, I had a very kind of otherworldly experience with this piece. So I hope the same can be true for you. If not, find the book and look it up yourself and read it to yourself. I mean, obviously this is meant to be sung, so I guess sung or recited in some way. But here we go. This love could be someone into love. It could be someone that has been somewhere like them. It could be some like them. 'Tis one like into where that one has been like them. Well, it could be like some like them. Those like into where like that into this. This one has been broken like into where. But it could be some that it could be some like into like into where like that. It could be some of the lucky ones then. This has been like into where that the ones, that where that it could be some like them too. This one, the ones that it could be somewhere like them. It could be somewhere like, let's see then. It could be somewhere like the one. It could be somewhere that it could be somewhere that it could be somewhere like into that one has been lucky. The one it is like into wherever. The one it has like into where into where the singing of the love of them. This one has been like into where the one it has like into what it is of is where that love was. It could be somewhere like them. It could say where by numbers this one has like into it. This one is you. Over all the. It could be some that it could be. Could be so like that. It is the one. It could be the one. It was the ones like them. It could be some like them, that one. It could be some like them. It could be somewhere. The ones like them. You will. The ones are. The ones are. The ones are. The ones are like. The ones are like into where the ones are the ones are like into this, the ones are like that, it. The ones are like. The ones are like. The ones are like them. The ones are like to the crazy eddies. Are the million. The ones are like what you do, crazy eddies. That could be some that is into. It is like what it is. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Yes, come to the self-service. What is it that could have some like I into it? What is it? That it is. What is it? It could be someone like them. It could be someone like them, like that. The ones are like that. This one is not like them. I could be cry like a baby. I'll be there. It could be course of that has been. The ones are like them. Who? Them. The other ones, then. That has been. Like when it was the ones who prefer the ones are like them. These circles. The ones. You will. Crazy eddies, crazy eddies, crazy eddies, crazy eddies, crazy eddies. Goodbye, crazy eddies. Crazy eddies are the most ones. Like into a coat jacket. Are into like it has, the ever, the. And that is the answer to your problem, handsome. Problem. Promise. The ones are like into this way. This always be this. That it could be somewhere into where that it could be into some. Okay. Woo. Do I get some award for reading that, by the way? I didn't realize how difficult that would be, but I only missed the mark about twice. So there you go. Look up images for Einstein on the beach. Actually, look up images for any Philip Glass performances, operas. The ones listed in this book is just gorgeous, and it has Robert Wilson drawings in it. So this book is, as I call it, is Philip Glass, music by Philip Glass from Harper and Row. And I'm not sure, let's see when this book was published. 76. So, I don't know. I feel like I got lucky finding this book. Let's see. The other books I got, one was on Mayan design and kind of textiles and Mayan, just in general, Mayan stuff, to be really dumb about it. And then I forget what the other one was. Oh, a book about Thomas Merton, who I've always been fascinated by. because I don't know much about him, but I do believe he went off into the woods and didn't talk to anyone for a long time. So, I love that. Hold on, let me think if there's anything else I need to tell you guys. This has been a 20-minute, I'm exhausted. I just wanted to sleep, and then it turns out I just want to talk to you guys nonstop. It's kind of fun to imagine this like a slumber party or something. By the way, I just looked into Thomas Merton, and I don't see any evidence that my vision of him going off into the woods alone, I mean, in my head, it was like 5 years of him being in total silence. But he was such a like a religious celebrity that I don't think that's true. But maybe I'm just going to believe it's true. Maybe I'll write my own biography about Thomas Merton, and that's what it is. It's about this fake thing that I've come up with. Thank you guys for listening. As always, I know this was a little bit of a different episode. I should come in and read you guys something this weekend, and I think I probably will do an After Dark podcast. I more than owe you guys that. Okay, this is it. Be well, be calm, trust that each day is exactly as it should be, even when it totally sucks. Drink a lot of water, like me. I drink gallons a day, and I have to go to the bathroom a lot because of it, but I do feel like it's a good idea to drink that much water. Cut down on the sweets. I've got my new and growing sweet tooth, but I'm trying to keep that under control. I want you to do the same. Remember that I care about you. Remember to wear soft things that comfort you. Remember to write letters to people. Remember to write all the things you want to write. All of you guys who listen seem to be writers or people who wished they wrote more. Remember to pet all the animals that you can find and be gentle with them. Don't cry. Or no, do cry. If you've got to cry, cry. If you've got to smile, smile. Find recreation and hobbies like me and the crocheting granny squares. Be honest with yourself. Find some time away from your phone. And try to be kind and gentle with yourself. Forgive yourself and others. Forgive me. Forgive you. Forgive Frankie, my cat. Forgive Philip Glass if he offended you tonight. All right, everybody. I'm so tired. This is like, by the way, I was the kid who never would fall asleep at a slumber party. Can you believe it? Can you imagine it? I can. I was the last one up, always ready to talk. Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you this weekend. Have a good Friday. Check out Cotton Bureau's website. Look up me reading stuff. Get yourself a t-shirt and help out a good cause, the Trevor Project. All right, good night, everybody.